Hey guys, welcome. Fortune Cookie 45 asked me and a few other people to talk about our most used firearm, or if we could have one firearm, which one we'd choose. This is a this is a very difficult topic for me. I'm sorry for taking so long to get back to the topic, but it's been a real busy week here. But he wanted to know if I could pick one gun, or which gun is my most used firearm. Well, as you can see, I have a variety of firearms laid out here. So we're just going to go through them. Now, Fortune Cookie wants me to keep this under 8 minutes, so I'll do my best. We also have a cup of OU pure black coffee. Go Sooners. So we're going to take a sip of that. Before we get started here. Okay, this revolver here is a Smith & Wesson. It's a 9mm. I use this in Steel Challenge. Okay. This right here is a 9mm revolver. I use it in USPSA. When I got matches coming up, I have a regional match and a state match coming up, matter of fact, next weekend. And then a month later, I have the state match that I will be using this gun. To practice with those guns, I use this firearm. This is a Ruger 22. It's an SP 101, I believe, or nope, it's the GP 100. Okay, it gets a lot of bullets fired through it. Okay, this is my Glock 34. It's my USPSA production gun, or my Steel Challenge production gun. Here in the middle, we have a Ruger Mark III competition. I can take off the red dot or put it on, so I use it in Steel Challenge, either rimfire optic or rimfire iron. Then here is my limited gun, and yes, these all are empty. This is my limited gun. It's a Glock 22, but so I can shoot it in limited with a 40 caliber barrel that I have for it, or I can shoot it in USPSA limited with a 9mm barrel and shoot minor. I also use this in Steel Challenge. So the 9mm barrel works out real good in Steel Challenge, so I can shoot a 40 or 9. And then I have the 9mm Kimber that I shoot for single stack division and USPSA or Steel Challenge. Now, since it's a 9mm, it really works out better than Steel Challenge, but it can be used in both. So there's the guns that I shoot the most. There's not a particular one that I shoot the most. This one gets shot the least, I will say. This one gets shot quite a bit. I mean, it goes through a lot of range time, a lot of practice time, and a lot of ammo. It's pretty well used. But out of the revolvers, I'm going to tell you that this Ruger 22 gets shot the most. You all know that I have a range in my backyard. I live on a lake or off a lake, and it is close to a residential area, kind of, not really. I'd say my closest neighbors are a quarter mile away. And then I have neighbors that are a mile away. So it kind of depends. But because I do live in a semi-high traffic area, I don't like going out and shooting a lot of loud guns all the time. My neighbors all know me. They know what I do. So, they don't mind it one bit. And every now and then they'll come over and practice with me. So it's not a big deal. They're not really worried about the noise level, but I am. I try to be a good, courteous neighbor. So to keep the noise level down, I practice a lot with 22s. So I'm going to tell you, as revolvers go, this 22 revolver, I've only had it, I'm going to say maybe 3 years. I could be lying on that, maybe 2 years. I bought it right when it came out. So if y'all go research it and find out when the GP 100 and 22 came out, you'll know. But it's fired a lot. I go through a lot of 22 ammo. As I said before, I do have a Patreon account that I do not post anything over there. I think I have one video in the last 4 months. If you wanted to support the channel and you wanted to help me out, the best way to do that, like I said, is to contact me through my Gmail. But the best way to support me, I'm telling you, is to send me a whole bunch of Federal Auto Match or CCI Mini Mags. I can't buy Mini Mags in my area, so I've been shooting a lot of Federal Auto Match. But I go through a lot of 22. You'd be surprised how much 22 I actually go through. So, but there's what I'm going to say is my most used revolver. Okay. On the other guns that you've seen, the one I didn't show you is the Sig Mosquito. It's also in 22. The cool thing about this Sig Mosquito is it kind of mimics, you know, the single action, and it can also mimic the double action of the Glock. So because of that, once again, it's a 22 caliber pistol. It very rarely jams. This thing is so broken in that I hardly get any jams with it. Now, if I use what I call standard velocity 22 ammo, hang on a second. Kind of give me another shot of Joe. That's good. Boomer. It gets shot a lot because once again, I'm trying to keep the sound level down. So, you know, it gets shot a ton. Anytime that I'm having a match coming up of significant value that I want to practice for, I sometimes pull out the Glocks, but majority of the time I pull this out because of just the noise level. Now that doesn't mean, and my neighbors will tell you that I don't make a lot of noise around here, because I do. But I try to keep it down to a minimal. So as far as the one that I shoot the most, heck, I shoot them all the most. I mean, they all have had a bunch of rounds through them. You know, I would say this one probably maybe. This one probably maybe. Heck, this one's had a crap ton through it too. I don't know. So that's hard for me to decide which one's had the most. I mean, this one's had a bunch through it. You all would be surprised how many rounds this little sucker right here has shot down range. Okay, so it's real hard for me to say that which one have I shot the most, because I've shot them all the most. Now, there was time when I had a single competition gun that I had for many years. I started shooting USPSA, I'm going to say in 1999, 2000, 2001. I believe it was 2001 that I actually joined the USPSA. I was a competitive shooter before then, that I shot a lot of, I used to work for a criminal justice agency, if you will, and we did a lot of training and a lot of shooting with other criminal justice agencies, and we would do competitions against those other criminal justice agencies. Needless to say, I won most of those, but I toot my own horn there. But it is what it is. At that particular time, I shot a single stack. Is what I shot. It was a single stack. It was actually a 40. It was one of the first 40 single stacks that ever came out. It was a Springfield. I shot it for many years, many years. And for some dumb reason, I sold it. You know, I can't even tell you why. Somebody wanted it, and I guess they wanted it more than I did. So I sold it to them. So I don't even have the gun that I really shot the most. I don't even have it anymore. My USPSA number is a 45 number. So if anybody here shoots USPSA, they'll know that if you're a 45 number, you're an old man. You've been doing it a while. Now on that note, I didn't get to shoot USPSA the entire time. So, you know, I had to unjoin, if you will, but they gave me back my old number, you know, several years later, and so I still continue to have the same 45 number. Okay, but other than that, okay, so there's the guns that I shoot the most. But the question was too, if you could only pick one gun, which one would you pick? So I look at all these guns here, and I try to decide which one I want to pick as my one gun, or as the only gun I could have. And I'm thinking, well, I don't know. Let's just put that on hold a second. But of all these guns that I shoot a lot, the gun that I fondle the most, the guns that get played with the most, are you ready for this? Are this Colt Commander 22 BB pistol. It's a BB pistol that actually functions and operates just like a real 1911. It's almost the same weight. It's got the same feel. Everything works on it, including the safeties. So, I mean, it's got blowback design, so when you're practicing. But this is the gun that I fondle the most. You know, when I need to shoot, single stacked, if you will, this is one I pull out. I have a little, what do you call that, bullet trap, 22 bullet trap. Some of you have seen that. Here in the shop, I can pull these out. I can shoot it all day long. So this gets fondled a lot. You know, when I'm in the house, if I want to do some dry fire practice, this is the gun that gets all the dry fire practice. Okay? When I'm shooting pistol. And when I go to revolvers, this is the revolver that I have. You see it has a swing out cylinder. It is also it's a pellet pistol. You can shoot a CO2 pellet pistol. You can shoot BBs through it, I think. I'm not for sure. But it does take moon clips that I can load, just like when I shoot my moon clips in my revolvers. It'll load with moon clips, so I can throw in a moon clip, I can shoot it. See, it didn't work. So it's got CO2 powered air. It's just a fun gun to practice with here in the shop. I can take this out. The bullet, the trigger pull is a little longer, but it's almost the same as the other two revolvers. I mean, it's close. So, I mean, it's good for that. It's got the long radius, so I can practice with my sights. I mean, it's just a fun little toy that I can shoot cheaply and inexpensively to practice with. So it gets fondled to quite a bit. I would say it gets fondled more than all the other guns, because daily, every other day, just whenever I sit in the shop and I feel like I need to pull the trigger on something, I bring out this one and this one and to just play around with. I mean, so they get played with a lot. Okay. But which one would I choose as my one gun? Save the suspense, because here it is. You ready? It's this one. It's a Ruger Blackhawk 357 Magnum. I mean, it's an awesome pistol. The beauty of the 357 Magnum is you can do anything with it. I can use this for home defense. I can use it to hunt a deer with. I can use it to hunt hogs with. We have both in my area. I can also dial it down to shoot rabbits and squirrels if I had to. So, I mean, it's just a general purpose, all around gun that you cannot beat. Being that it's a single action, you know, it's fairly accurate. I can shoot it all day long, either with wad cutters, or I can, like I said, bump it up and put some hollow points in there and go hog and deer hunting. So out of all these guns, if I had to choose one firearm, this one would be it. The Ruger Blackhawk 357 Magnum. I believe that's a 4 5/8 inch barrel. I love shooting this gun. It's heavy, but you can do anything with it, from home defense, target shooting, hunting, you name it. If you need one firearm to do everything, this right here is that firearm. It will do everything. Not only that, it's a beautiful firearm too. So there it is, guys. I appreciate y'all watching. Like I said, I do have a regional match coming up next week, and I do have a state match coming up the next month. So I've been training a lot, kind of, not really. So that's why the videos have kind of slowed down. I'm kind of doing more of that and getting ready for those matches. But here they are, guys. Fortune Coach Geek, I appreciate you. Thanks for all that you do for the reloading community. This is a great idea with the coffee chat, and thanks for inviting me over to give my opinion on a few things. All right, guys. Thanks again.